Welcome, everyone, to the NFL Predictive Playbook. I'm your host, John Ryan. This is for Week 6 NFL action. I have Don Buster of Buster Sports with me and Jesse Schule, and we're going to do our best to give you another winning video of winners. Guys, we're 23-5 on these shows, and I don't even have to say that that's documented. That's just a fact, and that comes out to 82% winners. So, guys and gals, we're going to do our best to give you possibly a 4-0 sweep here. So we're going to start off with Buster, and his game is in the Chargers versus Ravens at 1 o'clock Sunday, M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore's favored by 2.5. The over-under is 52. Chargers are 4-1. Ravens are 4-1. One of these teams is going to win. The other one's going to lose. So tell us the best bet to make on this game, Buster.
Hey, John, as always, thanks for having me. Just
Absolutely.
Want to mention, we put out the game. It was Chargers were 3, so they must have just went to 2.5 this morning because they've been 3 all along. But regardless, we actually like them to maybe even win OR, so it doesn't matter. Both clubs made unbelievable comebacks last week. Of course, the Chargers come back. They actually scored 26 points in that fourth quarter. But why we like the Chargers, we actually just, with both teams having great comebacks, but we really like the Chargers because now there's no Anthony Lynn there, right? You got Brandon Staley, who in that game, in the fourth quarter, he's calling a fourth down on his own 24-yard line. This might be the new NFL in the next 4 or 5 years where you get a lot of these gambling coaches. I'm going to call Brandon Staley the new Riverboat Ron. That's for sure. And actually, the Chargers are 7 for 7 on fourth downs this year. So you're going to see them do that a lot. I know the Chargers are coming east for the game, but they did that against Kansas City, and they actually played quite well against Kansas City, holding them to 24 points. And a similar kind of game today will have the Chargers as a winner. As for the Ravens, they've won 4 games, but they've won them all tough. 2 of the games they win in overtime. One of them, obviously, last week on Monday night. One, they beat Detroit on a 66-yard field goal, the NFL record, and then they beat Kansas City by a point. Like I say, the Chargers, their defense didn't look that good last week, that's for sure. But they are capable. Again, they held Kansas City 24. They had Dallas to 20. Those are 2 top 4 offenses. Now, we know Baltimore's the number 1 offense, but we believe the Chargers will be able to put up their points. And even though we know Lamar Jackson's the best player on that field, we really think that the Chargers will be able to get the job done here. And, John, here's a little stat for you, just as far as the Chargers go. The Chargers are now 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 games. Like I say, the Baltimore coming off a Monday night, Chargers going east, maybe that breaks even. Chargers have the extra day. But we like getting the points, and again, we would even bet Chargers, as they say, put a little on the money line.
Yeah, I like it. I think they're the better team, Buster. I definitely agree with the breakdown. I'm going to move over to Carolina, Minnesota here. And in this game, I'm thinking the under, guys, and I'll be very quick and sweet with this one. There's a betting angle that this supports, that you're going to bet under with a road team against the total that is a poor passing defense like Minnesota is, allowing a completion percentage of 60% or worse, and after allowing 5.5 or fewer passing yards per attempt in their last 2 games. So although Minnesota's offense has been prolific, to say the least, and Kirk Cousins is cooking on all cylinders, this is kind of a contrarian bet, and it's one of the best records that comes out of my massive database. It's hitting 80% winners last 5 years on a 44-11 record. So it tells you to bet the under in this matchup with Minnesota and Carolina. And we'll move over to Jesse Schule here. And I'm going to put myself back into the room here. Multitasking. And we're going to take a look at the first game. It's going to be the Chiefs traveling to Washington. And that is the 2-3 Kansas City Chiefs. Hard to even say that. 1 o'clock game, FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, home of the Washington Iron Condors, as I call them, because I can't say the football team anymore. Patrick Mahomes having a very good season. Antonio Gibson is having a pretty decent season in his own right, 79 carries, 313 rushing yards. And, of course, Tyreek Hill. I know Jesse has some prop bets on these games, and the first one is this one. Where do you see the best opportunity, Jesse?
Well, John, I'm looking at Taylor Heineke, over 1.5 touchdown passes, minus 140 at Bet365. Heineke's been quite impressive since taking over for Fitzpatrick. He threw 7 touchdown passes in his first 3 starts. Total on the year, he's got 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 1,200 yards passing. And of course, as we've seen so far this season and dating back to last year, everybody has a big game against this Chiefs defense. The Chiefs are ranked dead last in the NFL, giving up over 33 points per game. Even Philadelphia scored 30 points on Kansas City. Jalen Hurts threw 3 touchdown passes against this defense. Heineke's coming off a tough game against New Orleans, but New Orleans is a tough defense. We've even seen that in the season opener when they gave some trouble to Aaron Rodgers. Different story here with the Chiefs. I expect Heineke to throw at least 2 touchdown passes.
I like it. In the second game you're looking at for some outstanding bet prop opportunities is when the Packers travel to Chicago in the NFC North Division here. It's Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Green Bay is 4.5-point favorite, over under 44. Where's the best prop bet in this game, Jesse?
Well, I'll tell you, I had the Raiders last week, and I was pretty disappointed with their effort against Chicago. Pretty surprised. Looking back on it, the fact that they didn't even really compete in that game, you have to wonder if those distractions regarding the Gruden emails played a role. I'm not that high on Chicago, and I'm not that high on Justin Fields. So I have Justin Fields throwing an interception here at minus 145 at Bet365. Of course, Fields only has a 51% completion percentage on the year, only thrown 1 touchdown pass, 2 picks. The Packers' defense has got 5 interceptions in 5 games so far. The offensive line for Chicago is not doing Fields any favors. Fields isn't doing himself any favors a lot of the time. He's been sacked 14 times so far. I had to rub my eyes to double check this, but he was sacked 9 times in a loss to Cleveland. And, this kind of stuff adds to mistakes, and I think that's going to add to an interception here against Green Bay.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, too. It's always good when we're all in agreement here. I was just pulling up the SportsMemo front page, guys. And Jesse Schule, you're number 1 all sports last 3 days. Third, first in 7 days, and first in 30 days, all sports. Buster, you're second right behind me in all sports all days. We move over to college football and click on that link. Jesse Schule, number 1, tied with me and another guy, Kevin Thomas, on that board. Last 30 days, I am number 1, humbly said, by quite a bit. And it's been a very, very good year in football, again, so far for me. And then NFL, it's Buster and me on the 30-day board here. So the point is that if you ever want to see who's leading and who's doing well and who's hot, just go to the front page of SportsMemo, and it's very easy to see, and it's sorted by sport. And if nothing else, guys, it shows that we're 3 of the top professional handicappers on the site, period. And everybody that is watching these shows should take advantage of the discounted subscriptions. Buster has a 5%er in the NFL tonight, and that's a big game in Philadelphia. Tampa Bay coming to Philly. And that's about all I have to say, guys. So just go over there and get the subscriptions. It doesn't cost that much money. And give us a 30-day test drive. And I promise you'll be glad you did, because the quality of the research that we put out is matched by none. So, guys, thank you for your time. Thanks for the picks. Again, we're 23-5 against the spread on these shows. For 82% winners, let's see if we can't go 3-1 or make it a perfect 4-0 with our picks on this show. So for Buster, Jesse, myself, wagertalk.com, sportsmemo.com, may all the wins be yours. Thanks for watching.